Good morning, everybody. So today, unfortunately, we're not doing any work to any of our Z's, but we're doing a little bit of experimenting with trying to figure out how to make an AC cooler. This idea came up because none of us have AC in our cars, or at least our race cars. We don't have AC, and at least me, I won't drive my shit. If I don't have AC in the summertime here, I'm not driving it. And I tried to do this a couple years ago, but I just couldn't. I couldn't get the right stuff together to, like the right fan and vent combination. I had the idea, I just couldn't get it to work right. So today we're gonna be doing this. We kind of stole some ideas from other videos that we saw on YouTube. So we're gonna see if it works. So the fan that we got was this guy right here from Amazon. It was 35 bucks. Now we got Boost Turbo 4000. This is pretty cheap. We got these 4-inch. This is a 4-inch to 3-inch pipe. This 4-inch is gonna go onto the fan. The 3-inch is gonna go into the cooler, and then this guy, the other 3-inch, down into the cooler, and an adapter in case we need it to go down a little deeper. Can't remember exactly how much we spent on these parts. So here's the other ones. These small ones are gonna go on the top of the cooler where the airflow is gonna come out, hopefully with cold air. I can't remember exactly how much we spent on this, but I don't really think now we're going for so much for cheap, more for like function. I'd rather it work than it be stupid cheap. Oh, the other thing is this.
I mean, they want to know.
Yeah, this other thing right here. This is where the ice is gonna sit, so it's not sitting all the way on the bottom. But I'll kind of try and explain it as we're putting it together. Oh, how much was it? How much did we spend at Home Depot? 46 bucks at Home Depot, 35 for the fan, and then we got the cooler for free. I mean, even if it's like under 80 bucks for us and it works good.
Yeah. And it's not a disposable, you know, you
Yeah,
can keep reusing.
yeah, we can keep reusing this. So the first thing we're gonna do is mount the fan, well, actually, not even mount the fan. We're gonna cut the hole for the vent, yeah, for the pipe that's gonna go into the cooler, and then after that we can see where we're gonna mount the fan.
The Turbo 4000.
The Turbo 4000.
So we put these two together. Pretty much went in pretty easily. We put a little bit of grease and it slid right in. So now we actually already had made the hole. So we're just gonna show you guys how it's gonna sit.
There you go.
So there'll be bolts that mount the fan in there, and then we'll probably put something in here to cover that.
Apply some silicone or something.
Yeah. And then we tried on this 3-inch piece, this 90 degree. or about. And based off that depth, I think we're gonna be good.
Yeah, then we're gonna have that mesh piece that's gonna be sitting right about where this 90 ends, and that's gonna be for the ice to sit on top of. That way the ice isn't all the way on the bottom. When the ice melts, it's gonna have the cold water at the bottom, the ice up here, and I mean it's gonna be ice cold water. So
we might not even end up using this.
Yeah, we might be able to return that.
Yeah.
The next thing we have to do is figure out the mesh piece, how we're gonna do it, and then cut the two top vents.
Yeah.
All right, so the GoPro decided it didn't want to keep recording. We didn't catch it, but what we ended up doing, it looks good now. It fits in right. We cut the edges so that we're able to fold the sides easier, and that made it go in there pretty easy. And we were gonna cut a hole in here. It's a video that I saw. Like he cut a hole in this so that you could have the pipe running below this mesh. But we're gonna try it without cutting it out first. Since we're not putting anything on the bottom, we think that maybe cutting this is gonna make this piece a little weaker. So all we're gonna do, instead of putting the stuff underneath, we're gonna put some self-tapping screws here on the side to hold it up. We're gonna try it like that first, see how it works. If it works good, we'll leave it like that. If not, we'll try cutting it out and putting something underneath to help support it. So next step, putting some screws in there to hold the mesh up, and then we'll bolt everything up. Oh, sorry, forgot, we still gotta cut the top vents. But once we cut that out, I mean, this is pretty simple. We're gonna cut that out, put the screws in, and bolt the fan up so we can go get some ice and try it out. Now we got the self-tapping screws, and we're gonna need some washers so that the screws just don't go through. And we were looking for whatever we had, and bottle caps will do.
Along with an assortment of bolts and nuts.
Yeah, but it'll work. I mean, I don't feel like going to the store and getting more hardware and taking more time to do this when we have stuff here at the shop that we can use. Even if it's not gonna look pretty, people might be like, that looks ghetto, but it's gonna work. All right, now we got that held in mainly with bottle caps. But I can push down on this. It's not gonna fall down. So I'm pretty sure the ice isn't gonna go nowhere either. So now, yeah, we can cut the top vents and then bolt everything up. So let's cut these things up now. So before we go get some ice, we're gonna fill up these gaps with some silicone. Just what we have at the shop. I'm sure we could have used something else, but this is what we got. This is what we're gonna use. We're also gonna hook it up to one of the batteries that we have here and see how good the airflow is out of the vents. Dang, Tony laying down them dimes. So now, yeah, we're just gonna hook these wires up to one of our batteries here and see how the airflow is. All right. Test run number 1. Positive, negative. How's it feel?
Decent amount of air.
Decent?
Yeah.
See. So we went and got 2 bags of ice, one for this and one for us. One full bag of ice fit in this cooler.
20-pound bag.
20-pound bag. But Tony just brought up a good point that this ice might be too crushed for the air to flow back through it. So we'll see how this oh no, I feel it. Good. It's not that strong, but I feel it.
Close it.
Yeah, dang, dude. You feel it? Go for it. Bruh. Dude. Turn it off. Hold on. Let me... okay, hold on.
In your reaction, how fast did that air come out?
Bro, it came out
Like
cold right away.
Right away?
Instantly, it came out cold. So let me... Okay, so... Let me calm down for a second. Because I honestly did not think that was going to work. I need to grab my thermometer. What do you think it's in here? Like 90 degrees inside here?
About.
So if it's like 100...
cooler does something, but it's not.
It's like 100... It's like 104 outside, or 105, something like that. Okay, I lied. It's 98 outside right now. It's supposed to be 108 today. So, yeah, it's like 90. It says it's like 90, a little bit above 90 on this thing. So, let me see if we can get this. We're gonna stick the thermometer right there. Maybe, hopefully my temperature on my hand doesn't... There we go.
There you go.
So
the
now...
air might push it out.
We'll see right now, because it actually did flow a good amount of air. Dude, that was like pure excitement right now. I didn't think it was gonna push through the ice. There we go. So, bro, I can instantly, like, put your hand right here. I can feel it instantly that shit's cold. Like, let's watch this thing drop, because it's dropping big time. And it's gonna go lower than that, especially once it has some water on the bottom. Wow, this is like the AC in my car, 40 degrees.
This thing will cool down your car easy.
Right away, dude. So, and it's gonna go lower than that. Once it has some water in there, like, I almost want to pour some water in there just to see if the temperature goes lower. We're stuck at 40 degrees right now, but I mean, honestly, why would you need less than 40 degrees? And this airflow is pretty strong. Coming out of the vents is 40 degrees right now when... Dang, dude, that feels good. I am truly surprised. Honestly, like, the last one I made was not this good. No. Like, it cooled off a room after a while, but it didn't get cold like that. This is like you turned it on and it got ice. It got ice cold. Literally ice cold. Like, look, it's right at 40 degrees right now. Dude. So, my car, before we started doing the swap, I tried to drive it last summer, and there was so much heat that would come through the firewall and like by your feet, by the transmission tunnel. So much heat, I felt like I was gonna die on the way home. But like, you route these, like, if you put this in the back, in the hatch, somehow mount it up to the back, or you even put it in, like, if you really wanted to put it up to your passenger seat and hook up these wires to the blower motor wires, you know, hook it up to your blower motor connectors and
just turn it on with the knob.
Yeah, turn it on with the knob. and this is like perfect for driving. I mean, for me it's like an hour to like a little bit over an hour of a drive when I'm stuck in traffic. This I'm pretty sure will last more than that drive there. And the bag of ice was $2. Out here we have these bags of, these ice machines, and it's like tap water, but I mean you can
gas station, you pick up a bag, stick it in your car.
Yeah, and
stick
go.
a few waters in here for yourself, you know.
Yeah. Like, and if you really wanted to, these pipes here, you can make vents that go to your face and to your body, wherever you like, pointing at you wherever you wanted to. But I honestly did not think that it was gonna start coming out this cold this fast. Like literally as soon as we turned it on, the air was already felt the same as it does right now at like 40 degrees. So right now it's 11:35. We turned this on at 11:30, and we're gonna try and see if we can leave it on for like 30 minutes. Maybe the battery will last, maybe it dies or whatever, but we'll try and leave it on and see if the ice melts within 30 minutes. If it doesn't melt within 30 minutes, I think
Pretty hot in here.
Yeah,
It's like a good 90 to 95.
yeah. So I think that if it doesn't melt within 30 minutes, I think you'll be pretty good to go for like one way of a drive.
Yeah, think about it. The water's still gonna be cold.
Yeah, and then the water is gonna stay cold too. It's gonna hit the cold water and come back up as well. I mean, honestly, this is like, at least the way I see it, a perfect alternative for like us that we drive these cars without AC. Maybe some of us don't want to go through the trouble of putting AC in this. Some people don't want the drag on their motor. Whatever it may be, you don't have AC, you don't want to have AC, you can't pay to get it fixed, you can't pay to have the AC, like the lines and all that stuff remade. Why couldn't you spend 40, 50 bucks on something like this, and then $2 for a 20-pound bag of ice? And if you didn't want to pay for the ice, you could put like freeze your own blocks of ice at home in like some Tupperware or something, and then just drop them in there when you're gonna take off.
Tires don't even get hot.
No. So it's been about what, 25 minutes, almost 30 minutes, and it's still coming out cold, but it's coming out, I want to say it was like 55 degrees now instead of 40. A lot of the ice has melted, but it's still coming out cold, and I feel like if this was inside our cars, eventually this is gonna get to a point where, you know, the area inside our car is real small, so the air coming in through the fan is gonna start to be it's not gonna be always hot. Eventually it's gonna be recirculating the air from inside, and it's gonna be colder, and it's not gonna melt the ice as quickly. This is because it was just in the shop right now, and of course it's hot in here. So it's probably, I want to say it's probably with that bag of ice, probably about 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes before the ice completely melts, but then you still have cold water at the bottom. So you'll probably still have like 65 degrees when it's just water.
That's pretty good, bro.
But that's with that bag of ice, and that honestly, I think that's really good. Maybe in another video we could try out like different types of like a block of ice, or a water bottle, like frozen water bottles, frozen water jugs. See what works best, what lasts longer. Or maybe we'll just try another bag of ice inside of a car and see if it lasts the same amount of time inside of a car, since the air is recirculating, or whatnot. I think with it recirculating, it's gonna last longer. But it works. It works for a good 30. I mean, it's still working. It's been 30 minutes, and it still works. It's just not as cold as it was originally. Like when we first started it would go to 40 degrees, but I mean that was all the whole 20-pound bag of ice. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this one. I think we really enjoyed making this one. This is a little bit different. Instead of like we spend all our time working on cars, and we actually got to do something different for a change. This was fun. This was a lot more fun than fixing somebody's minivan. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a little bit different. And thanks for watching. Peace.
Thanks for watching Disney Channel.